a snowy start to the day, and a messy morning commute. I'll be tracking the latest conditions coming up.
Waking up to slick roads across the region, everything you need to know as far as traffic conditions and alerts before going to work. Election day has come and gone right here in the Badger State. We're breaking down the results from some of the biggest races in Northeast Wisconsin and a deeper dive into President Trump's visit to Green Bay.
Look outside in Outagamie County at I-41 where snow plows are out, but it is still a slippery start to your Wednesday morning. Hello, I'm meteorologist Lauren Larson, tracking these conditions as we are once again waking up to this winter storm warning throughout most of our neighborhoods. You can see our southern neighborhoods here like Manitowoc, Sheboygan, Fond du Lac, Green Lake, and Marquette County are now under this winter weather advisory, so a little bit less severe, but still seeing these impacts this morning and throughout the rest of the day. Actively seeing snow and rain fall throughout many of our neighborhoods. Where it is snow, it is still this very heavy, wet, slushy snow. So roadways may not look snow covered, but definitely still a slick start to the morning. And of course, due to this falling snow and very strong winds, we're seeing a decrease in visibility throughout most of our neighborhoods. Right now, less than a mile as you're headed out the door in Appleton, and not much better in our other neighborhoods. Again, very gusty winds around 25 miles an hour sticking with us throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, Lauren, thanks. We've got a lot to get to this Wednesday. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm McLeod Hageman. Now, roads across Northeast Wisconsin are slick and snow covered. Lauren will continue tracking conditions, letting you know when you can expect some better weather. But we begin this morning with plenty of election coverage, including the presidential primary, 2 statewide referendums, and several races across Northeast Wisconsin. Our reporters were spread out across the region following the results as they came in.
A rematch of the 2020 presidential election is now set. I'm your Green Bay neighborhood reporter Andrew Amuzu, and I'll have a recap of Tuesday's primary election and what local Democrats are now saying. We started our day with the Outagamie County Democrats as they prepared to host a watch party. I spoke with Vice Chair Kelly Fenton beforehand about the party's efforts to encourage voter turnout.
Outagamie County specifically is as purple as any of the counties in this purple state. And so we know that we here in Outagamie County can make an absolute difference in winning and losing Wisconsin this year.
Due to extreme weather, their watch party plans were canceled, and polling places were losing power. But the weather did not stop people from going to Brown County's Democratic Watch Party. Democratic Chair Christy Welch said she expected the Biden-Trump rematch and continues to spread the message of voting.
All of us at the Democratic Party Brown County, all of our volunteers, we're amped up to support Biden and make sure that Trump does not get elected. You know, neither wind nor rain nor snow should prevent you from getting to the polls and casting that ballot.
And with the severe weather, people are still recovering from outages, tree falls, and even more. We'll have you updated as the community continues to brace it all. In Green Bay, Andrew Amuzu, NBC 26.
Following President Biden's victory in the primary, Democratic Party of Wisconsin Chair Ben Wilker released a statement saying, in part, quote, President Biden's strong showing tonight reflects the Biden-Harris administration's commitment to Wisconsin families and the issues they care about, and to a future defined by more freedom, not less, end quote. The president will visit Madison next Monday.
I'm John Erickson in downtown Green Bay. Former President Trump held a rally here for about an hour Tuesday night, and here's what some of the attendees had to say after he spoke.
We are going to win this state. We're going to win the White House.
Former President Trump went on to talk about immigration and the border. He said on day one of a new Trump administration,
begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
Tim LeCount came to the rally from the Pulaski area.
I don't mind legal immigration. I just don't like the way it's going right now.
Nick Daniels of Green Bay also wanted to hear about immigration. Would you say immigration and the border a top motivating factor in your vote?
Top 3. Number 1 would definitely be inflation.
And as far as the race for the presidency, the attention on Wisconsin continues. President Biden is set to visit Madison coming up on Monday. In Green Bay, John Erickson, NBC 26.
And a quick look at the latest numbers into our newsroom here for this morning. We have former President Donald Trump winning the Republican nomination with 79% of the vote. No surprise there whatsoever. We have Nikki Haley coming in behind him at 13%. Ron DeSantis right there at 3%. If we move over to the Democratic side of the vote for the people of Wisconsin, 89% of people casting their ballots in favor of President Joe Biden, with that uninstructed delegate coming in at 8%. Some of those other states that held primaries are going to have a higher number when it comes to that uninstructed delegate casting their ballot there, because several people are concerned with how President Joe Biden is handling the Israel-Hamas war here at this point. But I want you to go ahead and take a look at this number right over here. We have 506,725 people in the state of Wisconsin casting their ballot in favor of President Joe Biden. I'm going to switch it over to President Donald Trump here, and we have 468,950 people casting their ballots in favor of President Donald Trump here. So about a 38,000 point difference there in comparison to President Trump and President Joe Biden. So that's going to give us a little bit of a preview of what to expect going into that November general election. Now, there were also 2 referendum questions on the Wisconsin ballot for voters yesterday as they were heading to the polls. We have 54% of people casting their ballots in favor of question 1, and that is to essentially keep outside money out of the state of Wisconsin when it comes to a lot of those elections. And that second question on the ballots, kind of a similar issue there. We have 58% of people casting their ballots in favor of only designated election officials conducting elections. That's going to be an amendment there. So Governor Tony Evers will not be allowed to veto that whatsoever. We're going to continue to monitor these, but since 97% of precincts are reporting for this morning, and there is such a wide margin, nearly 195,000 people of a difference there, we're going to go ahead and be able to call these races for people voting in favor of those referendums across the state of Wisconsin. Senator Eric Wimberger, who represents Wisconsin's 30th Senate District, released a statement after 2 state referendums were passed. He said in part, quote, "The people of Wisconsin made their voice heard, voting to protect the integrity of Wisconsin's elections from the influence of private money. People need policies and procedures that instill confidence in the vote result. Even if they don't like the result, these amendments help create that confidence," unquote. And a new Marquette Law School poll shows more people are approving of the job the U.S. Supreme Court is doing. 47% of adults approve, while 53% disapprove. 47% is the highest approval of the court since January of 2023. The most recent survey in February of this year found only 40% approved. The last time approval was greater than 50% was back in March of 2022, when it was at 54%. And you can find the most up-to-date results on all races, from the presidential primaries to local elections, over on our website. That's NBC26.com. We'll have more coverage from reporters when we come back, but first, let's check in with meteorologist Lauren Larson for a look at your latest conditions.
Thanks, Mac. Yeah, we're seeing slippery roads reported throughout all of northeast Wisconsin, and some snow-covered roads as well, as plows are out working to clear those roads for your morning commute. But slippery conditions across the entire state, and to make matters worse, we're still seeing snow falling this morning. So a decrease in visibility paired with those slippery roads, making it not a very easy start to your Wednesday. Making sure you're taking it slow, giving yourself a little bit of extra time, and of course, leaving space between you and the car in front of you. We are still seeing the snow falling, of course, here throughout our neighborhoods, and where it's coming from, there's more snow in store for us. So this is going to last for the rest of the day, as our temperatures remain above freezing in the mid-30s, pretty steady in the mid-30s throughout all of our neighborhoods throughout the entire day today, which of course is well below normal for today, but that sunshine does return and some warmer temperatures. I'll have a look at your full forecast and of course your traffic conditions coming up. Here's a look outside at I-41 in Winnebago County. Not looking much different than our other neighborhoods, where we aren't seeing a ton of snow on the roads, but snow all around the roads. And it is a slushy start, as those road temperatures are a little bit warmer, so not quite seeing the snow building up, but our temperatures are sitting in the mid-30s throughout the area. We'll take a look at your full forecast coming up, letting you know when that snow is going to be stopping.
Our team of reporters were busy across northeast Wisconsin yesterday following primary races in Menasha, New London, and Door County. We begin in Menasha with reporter Noah Cornelius, who has more about the race for the city's mayor.
The results are in a tightly contested